Hello book lovers. So we took a week off from One Page Wednesday, but now we're back. We have a winner to announce and 5 new authors to meet. So keep watching.
I don't do it by the book, no, I do my own thing. That's why every single hook got them singing like me. And I ain't in any rush, cause I'm finally getting paid. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah.
I really gotta stop doing that. Alright. Before we announce the winner, I want to talk about a giveaway that I want to do for this One Page Wednesday. I'm going to also give the option to the authors from now on to do giveaways for this. We'll see how that goes. But who is giving the giveaway will not be announced until Sunday after the voting is closed, because I'm kind of worried that that'll conflict. But anyway, for today, since I'm not being voted for, I am doing a giveaway because I got a special surprise in the mail from my friend Stacy, who has been doing these word searches. So I have 2 copies of these, one for myself and one for one of you guys. So make sure to leave a comment down below, and I don't know, it could be anything from hi to this is my favorite book, or today I ate pickles. It doesn't matter. Whatever your comment is, it counts. And I will randomly select somebody, and the winner will be announced next Wednesday. So make sure to check that out. And now for our winner.
To see if I succeed, to see if I believe they're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now.
So our winner this week is Nancy A. Lopes with the Lycan Chronicles, the Chronicles series, Book 2. Following a year after the Daywalker Chronicles, the Lycan Chronicles finds Theo distraught when he finds out his cousin, Matteo, is facing some problems back home. Curious, he heads to Vancouver and soon finds out what's happened and how bad it really is. So, this story I actually found really cool because when I read some of the sample, longer one, I think that there is an NB character in it, and they seem really sweet. I like that there was proper pronouns used, and it's just something that I'd love to see more of in all genres. So that being there definitely drew my attention, that an author was willing to have that kind of diversity in their book. And it's sounds like a damn good story. So thank you everyone who voted for your favorite, and the link is below if you want to grab that one. Now let's meet our new authors.
I wanna say something, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know where she came from, but goddamn I wanna say something. She a dime, wanna make her mine. Heard through the grapevine, she a great time. Yeah, it should be a goddamn crime to look that damn fine. Gotta lock her up and throw away the key, or you could lock her up and give the key to me. Take it down low, drop it down to the ground floor, the ground floor. I just wanna go and explore, ooh baby, I just want more, I want more. Got a body like a rock star, yeah that shit is looking rock hard, yeah rock hard. I would put her on the roster, cause she keeps on getting hotter and hotter. Ooh baby, let's go. She doesn't take it slow, she's putting on a show, she's acting like a pro. Oh baby, let's go. She doesn't take it slow, she's putting on a show.
First up, we've got Arabella's Taming by Golden Angel. Perhaps she shouldn't have been so forward, but Arabella didn't see the point in pretending. She understood exactly what was to happen, and she was rather looking forward to it. Perhaps she should have pretended more ignorance. But where was the attraction in that? He should be grateful he didn't have to explain anything to her. Grateful she wasn't horrified or shocked or disgusted by the idea. Granted, she'd been a little of all three when she'd first learned what had happened between a man and a woman in the bedchamber, especially some of the salacious details her friends had let fall. But she'd moved past those initial reactions, knowing that there was inexpressible pleasure at the end of the proceedings, and sometimes before, had helped a great deal. Their wedding night would be a good deal less fun if she'd just learned about what they were meant to do and had no idea there would be a reward for indulging in what sounded like a rather awkward business, although she was beginning to understand some of what her friends meant. With Thomas's lips on hers, his arms circled around her waist and holding her up, one hand already sliding down towards her bottom, and the strange hardness of his groin pressing into her belly, she didn't feel awkward at all. She felt hot, almost itchy, like her skin was too tight and she wanted to rub herself all over him. There was an ache deep inside of her, and she knew exactly what was supposed to fill it, even though she didn't know how it would feel. His tongue slid into her mouth, his hands moving down to cup her bottom, and Arabella moaned as heat and need shot through her. It felt like her skin had become exquisitely sensitive. When Thomas's lips pulled away from hers, she almost protested, but instead of really pulling away, he was just moving them across her jawline to her neck. Goodness, she had no idea her neck was so sensitive. She tipped her head back, giving him full access to her throat, clinging to his shoulders as he left a line of burning kisses across her skin. "What did your friends tell you about tonight?" He murmured the question, his voice deep and sensual. Arabella blinked, trying to think as his hands began roaming along with his mouth. Her breast felt swollen and heavy, and her entire body shuddered as the hand not caressing her bottom cupped her right breast. They said you would put your cock in me, and between my legs." She managed to get out, suddenly feeling shy. At least shy about using any of the words she might use for exactly where he was going to put his cock. And maybe my mouth, my bottom. A hand on her bottom tightened immediately, pulling her even harder against him as he moaned against the sensitive skin between her shoulder and her neck. She shuddered as he rocked his hips against her, very aware of exactly how much he liked the idea. Arabella was almost sorry she brought it up. The reports from the other ladies had been mixed at best, yet Thomas's reaction almost made her want to try. Somehow, the idea seemed much more appealing in this moment, while she was in his arms, feeling the full force of his ardor. "Anything else?" he asked, practically grating the words out. Words slipped out of her mouth then, words she definitely hadn't meant to say because she still thought her friends were mad for their insistence it could be fun, even enjoyable. "They said you might spank me," she whispered, "and that I might like it." I love a well-written sex scene, and this is definitely leading up to that. I've had some people ask if I mind reading the sex scenes. Yeah, it bothers me a lot, can't you tell? On to the next one. This one is Blood Carousel by L.N. and Al Jean Brown. Rowan? Felon's shout from somewhere beyond the door broke the silence and had Rowan scrambling to her feet. "Open the door!" Rowan hadn't meant to shriek the words so loudly, but they had the desired effect, with the door being opened a few seconds later. Fallon barely managed to holster his gun before Rowan crashed into him. One arm automatically wrapped around her waist as she struck his chest with her fist. "There's a body in there, a dead body. Who does that? Who locks someone in a room with a goddamn dead body?" Fallon could hear the hint of hysteria in her voice and smoothed his other hand down her spine, feeling the slight tremors that shook her frame. "It's okay," he murmured. "I'm here. You're safe now." As he spoke, he scanned the room over the top of her head and paused when his eyes caught on the body slumped in one corner. "Stop hitting me." Fallon caught her wrist with one hand. "I need to go look at the body." Rowan froze and sucked in a shaky breath. Fallon waited a second, then released her hand and unwound his arm from her waist. "Wait here," he instructed her, and moved across the room. "Wait!" Rowan caught up to him and clutched his arm with one hand. "You're not leaving me on my own." Fallon quirked an eyebrow. "You're scared now, but someone creeping around your apartment while you were in bed is absolutely fine?" "It's a dead body," Rowan retorted, and Fallon's lips twitched into a faint smile at the "isn't that obvious?" tone in her voice. "Sweetheart, it's not the dead who should scare you," he told her, angled his arm so she could hook her hand around his elbow, and continued across the room. This one has a nice little hint of action and suspense. I like that. I've been thinking about whether or not I should separate books into categories, but I kind of like the idea too of getting a taste of different stuff. A little bit of sex, a little bit of violence, action, some sweet stuff. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. But I definitely want to read this one. So make sure that you're voting at the end. Not yet, because we got more coming. This one looks like a good one for people who are fans of some royalty. This is called The Princess, Long Live the Queen, Book 1 by Cy Fox. Look at me. He does not disobey, though I reach down to run my fingers over his stubble. His eyes close as he lifts his chin up. But I want him to move faster. This is not about his pleasure. This is about mine. My fingers find their way below his chin and I lift, hard enough to shake him from his reverie. Look at me. His eyes glisten in the light of the fire. I reach up with my other hand to rub them through his hair, letting my fingers twine through the heavy silken locks. I pull his hair back, enjoying the gasp as his eyes widen further. I can see myself in them. I can see a queen. I may not have a crown, but I am still a queen. I will bend my neck for no one. Who am I? I kneel down, close enough to be staring straight into the endless ocean of Leo's eyes. Who am I? My queen. The reverence, the fear. I allow my mouth to crush against his, our teeth clinking as he gasps out for me again. For this one night, I tell myself as I push my tongue into his mouth, I am his queen. I push him backwards into the ground as I kiss him, putting everything I have into the passion between our bodies. I can feel how hard he is, his cock pressing against the front of his pants, and I wonder how much pressure he can take before he is begging me for release. But that will come later. This is for me, a parting gift to an all but dying woman, and I want to remember every touch of his body against mine, every lick of his tongue and kiss from his lips. Every lick, every kiss, every orgasm will be for me. It will be on my terms, every last moment. If the rest of my life will be dictated to me by a king, tonight I will be a queen. His hands are flat against the floor, waiting for orders. They won't move until I give him permission, until I tell him he can touch me. And that is not yet. That sounds like some femdom. I haven't read a good one of those in a while. And I keep saying this in every video. Maybe I should switch it up a bit. Voting will it's going to be really, really, really easy. You just have to choose between a bunch of awesome books. Up next, this one, I got a lot of spicy ones this week. I am not complaining. This one is Coming, Ready or Not, 3 Tales of Tease and Denial by Honeywell. Oh, I wish you would carry on. Wish you would give me release. but I'm also grateful for the pause, the break, the faint chance that I might be able to collect myself and hold on. I get only a short respite, and then you begin again. This time you start off by teasing my nipples, squeezing my bottoms, spanking my pussy hard. Just your hand this time, no crop. But the effect is the same. I know, think about work. That should help, if anything should. Boring spreadsheets in the office, works of art hanging on the walls. I try to go around the gallery and name all the artists. It makes no difference. No matter how hard I try, all I can think about is you painting red-hot, angry strokes on my skin. And then my worst nightmare happens. I feel your breath on my inner thigh, your tongue flicking over the now crimson skin of my pussy. You look ever so gently all around the edge of my labia, and then your tongue plunges inside me, and I cry out, "Oh, sir, please, sir." Your finger presses against my clit, and you look up long enough to say once more, "Not yet. Don't you dare." You don't think you're going to be thinking about the laundry and DIY in the middle of sex, do you? Painting the hall, plastering the kitchen. It never occurred to you that you'd think about any such thing. Perhaps your parents might do that, but not you. Oh no. And yet here I am, mentally counting and preparing socks, while the evil, sadistic love of my life licks me so delicately inside and out, his tongue lapping my clit, sucking it, and no, don't think about that. Socks, green ones, blue ones, black ones, the pink ones with the little white flowers, mine, not Will's. Think about it. So, sock. No. Oh, no, no. Socks, I yell, as if my life depends upon it. Oh no, please no. Silence. I open one eye, cautiously, and then the other to find myself nose to nose with my tormentor. I mentioned before, I like it when people kind of make something really sexy and really funny at the same time. I'm gonna have socks stuck in my head for a very, very long time now. That was good. I like how a lot of the authors are finding something really unique to submit for this. It makes them stand out more, and it makes you want to check out their books. So make sure you're doing that. And now, on to the last one. Here we have Red by Nichol DeCastra. No, 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 she chanted when his hands latched into her ankle and yanked her back towards him. His lips pulled into a smirk as he draped her leg around his naked thigh. Her limbs trembled as the cold of the stones seeped into her bones, while the heat of the strange man's body invaded her blood. She inhaled sharply when he bent closer, stroking the skin of her cheek with his nose. Hot breath brushed against her skin before his tongue snaked out and lapped up her tears. This close to him, her brain slowly registered that she knew him from the club. She'd even danced with him and been drawn to his lean, muscular frame. Holy shit, she thought. He had a wolf form. He had a fucking wolf form. They were close enough that his shoulder-length black hair blocked out everything except his face. She found it hard to look away from his golden, almond-shaped eyes and the dark promise she saw within them. He made a pleased sound in his throat and pressed his hips against hers. Her face flushed even more as she opened her mouth to protest. "Such a pretty little thing you are." He breathed in an accented voice. "Your parents shouldn't have let you come here alone, especially when they know the woods to be filled with such dangerous creatures. Why, if my pack hadn't found you, who knows what trouble you might have run into. Your parents should have brought you to my den and presented you to me properly." Maeve wanted to point out that he was one of those dangerous creatures, but doubted he would appreciate it. Then the remark about her parents caught her attention. "What do my parents have to do with anything?" she whispered as his hands trailed up her form to grab her wrist. "They betrayed you to my pack," he answered with a shrug, before letting out a dark chuckle, "as payment for a debt they owed for our protection. So I guess, maybe, I am one of those dangerous creatures." I am loving this mix, I really am. That sounds like a nice, dark, paranormal story. I don't read through the blurbs of all of these to know what they're about. I go by the one page. I'll read it, you know, once or twice to try and get a bit familiar with it, but I want to have the same impression that you guys get. See if that one page really can hook us, and so far I've been really impressed with what I've been getting. So make sure to vote. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget about the contest. Make sure you comment below for your chance to win. I'll be sending it anywhere because it's a pretty light book, so I'll cover the cost of sending it international. So wherever you are, you have a chance to win. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that little bell, and I will see you in the next video.